What's up, people? It's your boy Mex, the WrestleManiac, if you will. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, and we appreciate your support as always.
Warning. The following views shared on this podcast are the unfiltered expressions of our vibrant personalities. We are here to dissect the pulse-pounding world of pro wrestling, from the epic battles inside the ring to the captivating storylines that keep us hooked. Our discussions may venture into unexpected territories, from questioning the creative direction or analysing the artistry behind the suplexes and submissions. Please understand that we aim to entertain, educate, and engage. But please also remember that we are just merely fans and observers, and we are not actual wrestlers, journalists, or industry insiders. As we always say, by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Enjoy.
I think next to this man, he's so fucking hench.
Yeah, it was hench, bro.
It makes me look
I'm gonna be like Dole probably by August, bro. Facts.
Hey, soon come.
I want to get to your arms. You put the thing. I want to get them arms, bro. I'm trying to.
He's in the firearm factory right
now,
now.
bro. I'm trying to get there, bro.
No, you've lost weight, though. Like, you've been mashing work, bro. Yeah, no, for sure.
Safe, man. Safe, bro. Trying. This guy's been helping me out a lot.
Firearm factory. Small.
By the time I get to Colour Factory, I'm gonna see.
Yeah, I need you to be hench, bro. I need you to be ripped. No joke.
Well,
I want to back off my top as well.
I'll tell you, I wish you've been seeing our progress in training, man.
I'm excited to see it.
Bro, did you see their
I want to be
stunner?
surprised. I want to just be like, yo.
Yeah. Logo pull type
Did you
stuff.
see their stunner? They did a Stone Cold stunner and then it was mad.
Yeah.
That should have gone viral. You know, I'm burning. We never go viral no more. What's going on?
should've.
You man are haters. You guys are haters. We don't go viral no more. No one
I'm
wants
about to go viral tonight.
I
Yeah,
thought it was
trust
gonna
me,
go
just-
viral,
yeah.
but hey, man.
Anyway, yeah, basically we had a session where we had to learn what was called the attitude era. What did I think called it? You called it the attitude era or something. So we had to do the brawl,
We did like super kicks. We did Stone Cold Stunners.
stunners,
And
and
that's good.
spear.
Nice.
We've done spears as well. Then we've done a drill after where think of it like the shield, like the shield, and it's like someone just starts in the middle, and then people come in one at a time, and they have to do either a stunner or a super kick to them.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that.
Different angles.
Yeah.
What's the name of it? It's not called the Heat. What's it called again? That's Heat was what we done.
I just call it the shield.
The Shield, yeah.
It's the shield coming into the ring, innit?
Yeah.
No choke slams. Attitude era. No choke
No,
slams.
you didn't do one, you know.
Crazy.
Tombstone, I would have enjoyed.
Are we rolling? right
Tombstone.
Yeah, we're only. Yeah, we just roll off the cuff now.
now? It's a cold roller.
Yeah, cold. Yeah,
I
straight.
like it. Okay,
Straight,
cool.
man.
Oh, it's sick. Well, thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure, bro.
New year.
Pleasure, man. Hey, bro, I know you, bro. There's so much to talk about. You've been around the world. You've
The
been.
Midas touch came with
Trust
the
me.
gold.
He's got
All
the
the gold.
Let's go through the belts, man. This is the TNT heavyweight belt, right?
Hey, world
The world heavyweight belt. This one's been around the world. It's even been to Uganda.
Mhm.
You get it. We got the Thunder Bastard key over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a recent win. And we got the Riot Cabaret tag team belts. Bro,
That's
you're
right.
collected, man. I feel like whenever Tate comes here, he always brings gold.
Hey.
Always
He's
brings
missing
gold.
one though. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
man.
didn't mean to- I did.
It's always this guy, isn't it? It's always this guy.
No, the truth is, I'm getting you back.
Yeah?
Because you did something to me a few months ago that I didn't like.
What's that?
I was meant to be sitting down with you and Rain ahead of your ladder match.
And you kicked him out.
And you just kicked me out. But we've spoken, we're fine. I just thought I'd just get you back for that.
It was just, it wasn't about you.
You meant business.
It
No,
wasn't,
no,
it
for
wasn't
sure.
about you. It wasn't about you.
For
you know
sure.
what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
You meant business, and yeah.
And hey, listen, I lost that. Yeah, you're right. I actually had 4 belts. They call me Big Daddy Champ.
Jeez.
And, you got so many belts, you need help counting them all, But now I've got these, and these are the most important ones.
Could be getting
Tag
third.
team,
Yeah.
the legitimate World Heavyweight Championship, and it doesn't get enough accolade from the rest of the wrestling world because this is honestly, in 2024, defended more times internationally than any other title in the entirety of professional wrestling. More than AEW, more than WWE, more than any of the other companies that exist. Defended 8 times internationally, which is more than all of them, like I said. And then in the middle there, the key, and that's an opportunity. As you know, February 23rd, it's me and Luke Jacobs for the Progress Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship.
I need to be there for that.
It's gonna be
gonna
the
be
I need to
dawning
be
of a
there
new
for
era.
that, bro. Yeah, bro.
How do you feel about that? Are you ready for it?
Of course, the thing is, I feel like I've always been ready for it. I feel like I'm over prepared, you know, because I feel like actually, you know, someone once said like the wrestling industry owes you nothing, and it's true. Like I agree with that. Like it doesn't matter what you give and how much you love this business, it might not love you back, you know. And it's been no secret that I've been the hardest working man in British professional wrestling for a
minute now,
probably
for more than
for
a minute,
decades.
like,
When I finally got on a live chapter of Progress Wrestling after years of working in the back, I was already over prepared. And that moment was 2021, so that's now 4 years ago. And in that time, I still haven't had a single title shot of any kind in that company. Simon Miller currently is holding the Proteus title. And I beat him every single time we got in the ring together. And he got a title opportunity and a title before I did. Great wrestlers, no doubt about it. The likes of man like DeReese, Kid Lycos, etc. But can anyone count how many times they had title shots? Too many. Like, hey, maybe as many as they deserved, but not a single one for me. And listen, I'm not here to complain and cry and moan or whatever. But you asked me if I'm ready. I say I've been more than ready for a long, long time. And finally, February 23rd,
it's go time.
They call it one take Tate. I'm only going to need one opportunity at that title, and it'll be mine. And what I do with that title is going to be greater than anyone else has done with that title. Look what I've done with the TNT World Heavyweight Championship. Imagine what I'm going to do with the Progress one alongside it. Unified, undisputed World Heavyweight Champion.
Crazy.
So
Crazy.
I'm so
Hey. Episode 250 of the Wrestling Podcast.
Make fucking noise!
Hey!
I can't lie, it's only right. This guy needs no introduction, man. Look at the belts. Look at the face. Look at the drip.
Look at bro.
Come
Fam.
on, guys.
Best dressed guest we've ever had, honestly.
Yeah. It's Tate Mayfairs in the house,
Make
baby.
fucking noise!
Fine, boys.
Bro, everyone good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good weekend? Yeah. You guys enjoying WWE on Netflix?
Absolutely.
Watching it?
It's convenient.
Careful if I'm honest.
It's convenient.
Last week was dead.
This week was good.
This week I only watched the Penta versus Chad Gable match.
You missed.
That match was
Watch
really
till the
good.
end. That's
Oh, yeah.
that Damien Priest and Finn Balor match.
I'm gonna watch that tonight. The
second.
Penta.
Finn Balor's he's demonic, you know. You should have could have done on the table.
Yeah.
And then he went through his back, the table.
It's beautiful. I love that shit.
I'll check those out.
Watch that match, bro.
Actually, I watched Lyra versus Dakota.
That match was sick.
That match was
sick.
good as well.
Yeah. Match was sick.
It feels, that main event, feels cool back to an Attitude Era.
Yes, it does. It does. The fact that the fans were getting involved and like it just felt very like into like an old school ending of a Monday night, like a Monday night Raw of WWF. Yeah, so proper sick, man.
Good swerve. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah, don't ruin it. It's not ruined. Yeah.
It's good.
That's ruined. But yeah, when you get time, watch that. Yeah, everyone's good. Happy New Year, guys, by the way, once again.
Back in the studio.
Back in the studio. We're going to be here until, forever now.
A little question for the comments. I've been running this.
Yeah.
What point do you stop saying Happy New Year?
Yeah. What point do you guys...
Is it 2 days in? Is it a weekend? Is it March? Is it September? So just,
I'm
interested. We're doing a public survey.
I'm a 1st of February guy. When it hits 1st of... Because it's like, I feel like you don't see everyone yet until the end of January. So from January 1st to January 31st, that's when you've completed your checklist. You've seen everyone that you need to see. Family, friends.
Not always, you know.
Reckon? No, but that's the people that you need to see. Do you know what I mean?
Even people that you need to see, but you don't end up seeing them for whatever reason.
So
like, let's say, for example, like for me, I usually go to America.
Oh yeah,
I'll come back and then I won't see people till maybe like end of Feb, because February I'm fasting, so I don't necessarily see people.
Yeah.
So March is around my birthday, so it's like, okay, cool. That's when I start to see a bit more people.
So you're more delayed then. You're more delayed.
Mine's more delayed. That's why I end up saying like. So if I bump into someone randomly in February, good to see you, man. Happy New Year, man. How's things? They look at me weird, but at the same time, it's just.
At that point, it's
still January to me at this point.
At that point, do you know when it hits March? Do you know not say hope you had a great New Year? Or is that just the end of the year that you say that?
Well, I hope you had a good New Year.
You hope you had a good New Year. Does that make sense? You can't say that yet?
That's early Jan.
Oh, okay.
Early Jan.
Oh,
After
right.
like 3rd of Jan, I don't ask anyone if they had a good New Year. I don't care at this point. Just Happy New Year. Leave it at that. Because who cares?
Hey, bro, listen.
Imagine
Saying
asking
Happy
someone
New
that
Year into
February-
March is wild. Because
it's
look,
crazy.
February, we got Valentine's Day coming. Some people
but
are
if he's
going to
not
be
seen anyone-
But if I've not
Seen anyone,
and then,
bro,
but then,
no.
I
But
don't
deep
know.
the scenario. It's March now. Someone's been
That's Easter
heartbroken
now.
on
We're going towards
February.
Easter now, though. Happy
You're saying
Easter.
Happy New Year. Brother, I've just had my heart broken on
Brother, I've got-
Valentine's Day.
fam.
You can't be telling me Happy New Year,
I've got
bro.
uncles that I'll see in October. Oh, Happy New Year. It's been a while.
Come on, man.
It's snowing
Come
outside.
on, man.
Happy New Year. It's been a while. How have you been?
Happy New Year in advance.
These times of New Year's in like 2 months.
New Year's too much, bro. Fam, I was in 2024 still, bro.
Yeah, what happens if you ain't seen someone for a couple years? You like hit it a couple times.
Yeah.
I'm just happy new life, man. How's it been?
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
Or even this one. Oh, it's been a while, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, you good? That's how I leave it. That's my Happy New Year if I haven't seen you after that period, bro. Been a while, bro. You
Hey,
good?
let us know in the
let us
comments.
know in the
Let us know in the
Let us
comments,
know.
man. That's the question of the week, man.
Personally, 5 days in, I'm done.
I hear it.
Happy New Year, you've heard it. You've missed the
What
5
about
day
emails?
period.
What about
you're done.
emails? What about emails? I feel like the emails still need to have Happy New Year until later.
See, that's where I let
March is cool now.
No,
Now it's
that's
getting more shit. Yeah, emails. But if I see you in person, I'm not saying
No
Happy New Year
way.
to you, bro.
Nah, bro. Emails, it's now a straight to the point thing. I don't even do the hope you're well thing anymore. I don't do that no more.
Have you
Don't
ever
do that.
answered I hope you're well? When
No.
you get an
Yeah,
email?
yeah, yeah.
Never.
I mean,
Never.
it depends on the person,
Or
innit?
have you ever had someone answer in too much detail? You're like, yo, I
Yeah, I didn't need to know that.
need
I
it
just
like
lost my
that.
cat. I lost my dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't do it
I
no
lost my
more.
Oyster card. Bro, like, yeah.
Okay, here's a question before we even get to wrestling. Sometimes you'll have a conversation with someone or you haven't spoken to someone in a while. And then you say
It's quite
to
hot in
them,
here, innit?
yeah?
It's quite hot in here.
Yeah.
I'll tell
You say to someone, oh, I hope you've been well. Do you expect them to say, I hope you've been well too? Or do you expect them to actually say if they've been well or not?
Yeah. So this is it. If you've asked me that question, do you know what I'll say? I'll say, yeah, I've been well. How's it going? That's my question to you now.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
follow up with
how
how,
you-
how's it going? How are you?
Okay.
You blessed?
I think it depends on the person.
Depends on the person, yeah.
Because with certain people, you can tell that if you like, as if I say to you, hey, I hope you've been well, their answer will determine whether their conversation carries on or not. Because they can be like, yeah, I've been well, I hope you've been well too. After they say, hope you've been well too, do you actually answer if you've been well, or do you just leave it at that?
This is my problem.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll get you. Keep going. You keep going.
Is if I say to you, oh, hi, I hope you've been well, and
Yeah.
you say, yeah, I've been well, I hope you've been well too. Do you actually, because they haven't said if they've been well,
You just
or
move
they
on.
haven't explained if they've been well, do you leave it or do you carry on and say, yeah, I've been
What do you
alright,
do
I've been
also
happy?
when they give you an answer, but the energy don't fit the words?
Yeah.
You know, they go, yeah, I've been good. You're like, oof.
Ooh, yes, let's not elaborate. You know, I feel like for me, there's a time and place for some things like that, innit? Like, if I feel like if I've asked if I was off with my bro, if I was asked my bro, you're right, and he goes, I'm okay. I'll be like, okay, cool. I need to talk to you again after this.
Yeah.
So you're late. We'll have a chat later. But now, because I don't know, you're not in the right place, innit? So yeah, that's funny, man. But yeah, guys, let us know in the comments, man. Let us know in the comments, man. But yeah, man, Tate, bro. Like we've seen you go from strength to strength last year, and I'm sure this year is going to be a bigger year for you.
I feel that, for real.
Bro, where do we start, bro?
Where would you like to start?
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like it's an interesting moment to stop and take reflection on like even the journey that we've had as like individuals and like people knowing each other, like lockdown. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's-
Like just meeting on the air, talk about wrestling in the wrestling community, what have you, and sharing my side from a performer and a professional in the ring. And then like I feel like we've almost kind of done like 1 a year almost, right? Since right? And
Pretty much.
we've been through the ride.
Yeah,
like we've had our rucks in the studio, nearly come to blows. Full
Made
of
up.
made up.
Made up.
You know what I mean? We've had other ones coming back victorious from breaking the internet over in Uganda, spreading so much like positivity to the scene out there and doing good things for those people out there. So here we are, a brand new year. 2025, the start. Carrying the gold, carrying opportunities. And yeah, do you know what's one thing that's been constant through that? This title right here. I've now carried this in 3 years. So it won it in 2023,
Mm-hmm.
defended it, and made it the most legitimate world title for the entirety of 2024, and still in 2025 holding it strong. But yeah, here we are, another year in. Some exciting things on the cards. I feel good. You know, I feel like January and the new year is like one of those unique times in the year, especially for a professional wrestler, where our lives are so go with the events all the time. And January in the entire entertainment industry is a time where you get a little bit of moment of sort of relax. There's a little bit less shows in January, and that allows you to kind of take in all of the work you've done over the year and couple of years, reevaluate your trajectory for the coming year, and it gives you the space as well to like kind of evaluate yourself and where you're at, like mentally and physically. And it's like the deeper the winter, the fun and the lights of the Christmas is gone. And it's one of those like exciting, like quiet, contemplative sort of spaces to like really assess and build for the new year. So where I'm at right now, despite the big opportunities ahead of me, is it feels like a real big calm before the storm and after the storm. The storm of the previous year, the calm before this big year that's about to come. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and that's how I'm feeling.
That's a great answer.
That's on board me, boys.
I think for me personally, the question I want to ask you is this: bro, how was AEW, bro?
Yeah, right. Yeah, because when I saw you, it was kind of in between.
Yeah, you didn't tell no one. Like, I think did you message us and say watch? I think you said watch this or something like that. I can't remember.
No, well, I don't know. Again, that's what I mean. Like, life is on the go. It's like
so
boom,
much
boom, boom,
happening,
boom, boom. So I came back from Uganda. There was that. Got some interference up there.
Yes. we got the conductor next door.
yeah,
So
conductor.
we got our
Conductor,
roof.
Conductor Williams.
Then we went straight into Strong Style.
Yeah.
That was what it was like, and that started what would take up the most of my time, the entirety of my time at Progress Wrestling, with what went on between me and Eddie Dennis, which we can get into now or later, like dig in whenever. But then, talking about AEW is, went immediately after that out to the US for my second tour of the year there. And I was in contact with them. And
how did that even happen? Like, did they hit you up? Like, are we stripping back the foot?
It's the rest. I don't like to do too much, but like it's the wrestling business, and when you get to a certain sort of ability and notability, like everyone kind of knows everyone. And there was some conversation, and then next thing I know, they're like, "Yeah, we'd like to have you." Cool. Paperwork people do the fucking all of that stuff, and I just thought I'd just be there. And I woke up at like 3 a.m. to catch this flight to go across the country, and I was already in the States. And I roll over when my alarm goes off at 3, and I like open the notifications, and it's you, and you went, "Oh my god, bro!"
bro. And I remember he's like, "Bro, I think you
and I was like,
yeah."
Nah, that's not right. As, the graphic to me on Collision versus Daniel Garcia, and I was like, shh. Well, that definitely woke me up, and I got in the shower and I head over there, and the rest is history. It was
I'm trying to find that message now, bro. I think you said, "Bro, I didn't even know this went out."
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, it was beautiful, and I had a lot of fun there. That's so now I've worked for WWE and AEW, and then later in the year I went on. Worked with Noah on their UK tour.
Man said, I sent. This is what at 8th of June 2024.
That's the day,
I sent him this one. I think this wasn't even like the proper thing. This is this. Yeah.
Is it like all of the graphics?
And I scribbled, put a circle around Tate's match, and he said, "Brother, you won't believe it. You're the one that brought the news to me. What? Bro, I said, wait, what? I said, that's mad. So I said, you didn't know? He goes, no, he knew that he didn't know that he was going to be a match against Daniel Garcia.
How was it like working with Daniel?
He's great. He's a professional, man. Like, and I don't think it's too bad to say. Like, Hero was the agent for the match, and that was cool to work with him too.
Oh,
And like, and again, like it was really nice as well because they treated me like an equal and a professional as well. Like I'm not under contract there, but you know they cared about my opinions and thoughts and feelings, and like
The crowd were into the match
collaborated
as
with
well.
them.
Yeah.
I know, bro.
The crowd were really
I know.
into it. It got to a point where, as the match was going on, I was thinking, Tate might win.
Tate might win. Yeah, Tate might win. Tate might win.
Tate, like, we know the usual
might-
spill of how
yeah,
these kind of matches go in
yeah,
AEW,
yeah,
especially with
yeah,
like
yeah.
Collision and Rampage and whatnot. But I was thinking, wait, the way things have turned, Tate actually like, this might be more than just that type of match. Like, this might just be. But yeah, no, it was proper.
I'd
great
love to
see,
do
man.
more. It's, you know, it would have been interesting to see if things had gone. Things always are scheduled, the subject to change, especially on live television, right?
Yeah.
So, like at one point, I was going to get a TV entrance, and the match was going to go another like 2 minutes longer, but because of how TV went on the day, stuff overrun, what have you. They're like, you know, we'll have you do your intro and what have you. You get your entrance in front of the live audience, but for television, you'll already be in the ring. And when I was in there, they were like, got the call through of like, hey, we need to cut X out and get straight to it. And I was like, all right, cool. I did what I got to do.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see what the reaction would have been if I'd had that as well and had the extra time as well. And maybe we'll get that again there or somewhere else. But I felt very much at home. The bigger the crowd, the bigger opportunity. I love this shit.
Felt natural. It felt proper natural watching you. And like, I was watching. I was thinking, Tate's in his element. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah.
Generally.
And
Even though he tried to beat me up on the pod, but
It's a war under the bridge, you know what I'm saying?
there's something I read about wrestling where it's like, where you've seen someone somewhere before and you see them in a different environment, and you're like, this is crazy. That's all. When I was watching the match, I was like, bro, that's actually Tate in there. There's my TV right now, bro. Like it's that whole idea. It's like this weekend, like last week this week we had Penta in the WWE ring. I'm like, it's that same sort of feeling. It's like Tate is actually in the AEW ring right now. He's standing in the ring. He's walked down that ramp to stand in this ring now. It's so surreal, fam. So
It's madness.
yeah, it's nice, man. It felt like a win for the whole team and for everyone, really, man. I was very proud of you, bro.
I feel like it's like, especially like even like when AEW done like the UK stuff as well, and they had Nina Samuels, Kid Like,
Yes, yeah.
You've been on it. For me, it's just like I'm looking at them. It's like these are people that we know and people that we're around frequently, and we have conversations, especially like yourself as well. Like we have conversations with people frequently. It's just like to see them in this space. It's like like nobody deserves it more than these guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again right now, like legitimately, from someone who's been around the world, 16 countries, 4 continents, held and defended the title in every single one of them, wrestled the best wrestlers in the world, wrestled people who are orphans in a village who've never had wrestling training in their life. The best wrestlers in the world are in the United Kingdom.
Say that again.
Say
that again.
The best wrestlers in the world are right here in the United Kingdom, and we don't even sometimes realize how good we are. And I don't think the audience in the UK, as great as they are, and they turn up to all these shows, and we have so many shows up and down this country all year long, every single week. The fans don't even know how good they've got it.
Yeah.
Legit.
They don't. They don't.
You could take some of the best, and I mean this with all respect and love to all the wrestlers out there. Like America are fantastic at professional wrestling. There's a reason why they're the leading country in professional wrestling, around the world, and all the big contracts are there. There's a reason for that. But simply put, the best wrestlers in every style of wrestling, if they were to be in the UK scene, they wouldn't even be in the top 20. I promise you. Like, I mean, maybe there's exceptions here and there, right?
Yeah.
But like, legit. Like, now when you got a wrestling product, they can't just these TV shows, they can't just have the whole thing for the UK guys, right? It's all about having a slice of everything. You know what I'm saying? But you've seen it when, like, with NXT, how many people they ended up being all UK, like, and the roster over there, and and good for everyone who's making money off of it, and good for the fans who are getting to enjoy it, etc. But yeah, I think it's really important because so often we have Americans come over and what have you, and they're lovely and they're good wrestlers, but they come over and they kind of get like put on a pedestal.
The red carpet gets rolled
out for them. The fans are like, oh my God, it's this person. And maybe, like, you know, being absence makes the heart grow fonder, you know what I mean? A special attraction. But like, the promoters will pay them more and all the rest of it. And they're paying for all the flights and stuff on top. And it's just like, they are not as good as the boys and girls in this country. Boys and girls in this country. Best in the world. Best in the world, and we need to have a bit more respect for ourselves, and we need to get a bit more respect from everyone around the world.
No, facts, bro, facts.
I was going to ask, like, in terms of, because you mentioned like the fans they don't know how good they've got it here. Do you think there might be some sort of like, and I think I kind of see it as this as well. There might be some sort of like over familiarity from the fans with the wrestlers.
Yeah,
of course. Like that being like that happens with everything, right? You got like this beautiful girl on your side, and then sometimes it's hard. You see another girl and you think, wow. But, you know, that's where it comes to being a good person and also a wise person, is understanding the value of what you've got. You know what I mean? But, of course, like, I think it's good for us as a country as well to keep having all of these wrestlers from all around the world come here. It's a melting pot. It helps with all of these things. And I think, actually, in this new era of British wrestling, I really think... for me, in my perspective, like when GCW originally came over and did the original collab show with TNT, that did start a little spark, ignite, boost of like kickstarting this new era of British wrestling. And long may it continue. I think we're on the upper trajectory now, and the whole business, and especially Brit Wrest as well. Yeah. And now we've got visas to come over there, and we're taking over. Me, four tours last year in the States. Therese, about the same, I think. And there's a reason why we're showing up and showing out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. It's fun.
It's a takeover, man.
It's a takeover. Someone said Lycos Jim and Leon Slater did a little post, and they said the British invasion. Yeah. Long live the British invasion. 2025. This is about to get worse for you, America.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I've got an American passport. I'll fuck with it.
I love it. I love it, fam.
The British are coming. The British are
Who's coming to Vegas?
We're
planning. Bro. Things are going a bit shaky right now, but we're planning. We're
hoping to be there.
Hoping to be
Believe
there.
it, and it'll come.
Yeah, we're working it. We're working it.
I can't lie. I actually want to wrestle a match in Vegas.
Make it happen.
I've said it to myself now.
Hit up Darius.
Who?
Darius.
Oh, they doing a WrestleMania?
I'll show you. Yeah.
I'll show him. I actually want to wrestle a match in Vegas.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to do my debut there, but...
Yeah, do it.
Why not?
Yeah, true.
Take a gamble.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't gamble. But like, it's gonna be fun. And also, when you boys turn up, like, I think you should, you know, use the time to like make some bits. You know, give us some shorts. I'll do a podcast with you out there, or if it's just like short bits, we should do it.
So this is the plan that me and Dole had, innit? Obviously, we're very transparent on this podcast, and I love that the fact that we're very transparent. Like, we were literally gonna turn up and literally just go to the second night. And the first night, and from the first night until when we get there, we're just going to be banging content, live streams every day, just filming everything, just giving everything out. Because normally we do the vlogs, right? We vlog ourselves going around the whole of, what do you call it? America. We're just in one place. But if we vlog the whole journey, then bring the, like, this is like Big Brother basically now. 24/7 surveillance.
We're pretty much wanting to like turn our house into like a content house.
So people pass
just
through.
have like wrestlers
pass
and
through
just
all the
come
time.
over and have it just a bit more off the cuff, just a bit fun. Like, you know, do games on stream, talk, have conversations. You know what I mean? Like, just make it a bit fun, because I feel like there's not a lot of that, and I don't think there's a lot of like content people that make wrestlers comfortable enough to be able to just be themselves a lot of the time. 100%. And for us, I feel like that's been one thing that's been able to carry us, that wrestlers can come here and they can generally just be themselves.
This is I get dressed up. This is how this is the Mayfairs. You know what I'm saying? But like when I'm here, like, you boys, 100% I resonate with that. Like, this is why you're my favorite podcast to be on and my favorite guys to speak to. for all those reasons. It's just real, and people want real. You know what I mean? It's 100%. This is the way to do it. I'll be excited to be a part of some stuff out there.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
That'll be sick.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
It's something I wanted to speak about, and you mentioned it in some of the notes that you want to speak about as well.
Fuji.
We spoke. So after the last time we came,
That was fun.
after the last time you came to the podcast,
Yes.
we actually, after the podcast, we probably spent more time speaking outside of the podcast than we did actually
outside,
speaking on
yeah.
That was a whole podcast in
That
itself.
That was a whole podcast.
Yeah, that
itself.
podcast.
That was a
No,
whole
bro,
podcast
bro,
itself.
that podcast was that after podcast was spiritual.
Yeah.
Really? No, on the real, that was the most spiritual.
Yeah.
Bro, to the point, we saw something in the sky. We had to pray.
We know why, but yeah. We know why it's caused, but
Tate was like, wait, surely that's not meant to be there. Tate said, he goes, Tate goes, let's pray.
yeah, and like I think one thing that we've always all been close, regardless of you trying to fight me. I'm always going to bring it up. I'm petty, but one thing I think that's kind of all bonded us together, especially with yourself, is faith in God. Talk to us about it.
Has it grown?
Talk to us, because I feel like that's not that there's not many wrestlers that are religious, but there's not many that are so forthcoming and able, like, wanting to speak about it.
There's a bunch, man. You'll be surprised. There's a bunch. I think I've told you before.
Yeah, you did say, yeah.
There's so many, but like, yeah, you're right. And listen, I don't even want to be like pigeonholed or something like that, because also I don't believe in a religion or a building like a, you know what I mean, in which it's held. In fact, I'm kind of very much against that. But faith is important. Faith is, and morals and the teachings of certain speakers and leaders is undeniable. Undeniable entirely. AEW, like that was kind of a miraculous thing. I wasn't. People would have said to you at the start of 2024, or even in that month, a day before, someone's going to turn up from the UK on AEW. Who's it going to be? You would have said a couple of other guys before me, I reckon. Despite my accolades, hey, that's the story of my career. Everyone else gets picked first, or said about first, and shouted about first, and I just come through on the outside lane going, "Look at me, greatness." But you would have said someone else, right? I bet you fucking would. I wouldn't even blame you. Look, Oku has been flirted with, you know. But it wasn't any of them, it was me. I in life, I think with faith especially, like you do these waves a little
Peaks
bit.
and troughs. Peaks
Do
and
you
troughs.
agree?
Ebbs and flows.
Not to say that you change your opinion or your belief, but like you can kind of like
Push and pull battle. Like, faith always gets tested.
be distant and come closer to it, right? In that time, I was very, very close. I was really feeling my prayers and my thoughts at that time as well, and it's funny just feeling the groove, and it's not lost on me that I really think that a big part of that coming about was the relationship I had with God at that time. Take it or leave it, guys. Do what you want. Explore yourself. I challenge you, if you don't understand what I'm saying and you don't like it, if something's uncomfortable with you, ask yourself, why is you're uncomfortable? Because when you search the discomfort, you learn in any regard. I think that's often the reason why we get given hard times. Because in the hardest times, we actually end up being the closest to God and learning the most. If you choose to lean in and understand, then I think you can grow the most. So yeah, it's been a journey. Like I've had a great year. Like you said, SGW, the viralness with that, at the forefront of progress. TNT World Heavyweight Champion, most international defense of anyone, AEW, Noah, Wrestling Marufuji, just like I predicted I would. And that was never even on the cards. At the start of the year, I said Mayfairs versus Marufuji. Boom. This stuff, it's not because I'm special. I'm just a fucking dude. But I'm connecting to something and I'm working as well at the same time.
Mm.
But as good as all of that stuff has been, I make it look easy. I show out, I show up, I look cool. I know that. I make it look fresh and fun and whatever. But the man behind it is still just another dude, another man that goes through all the trials and tribulations of life, gets stuff in his personal life, his family life, his, you know, yeah. And it's like this, and particularly this this last US tour at the end of the year. It was November through December, 2-month tour, biggest sort of gamble for a tour that I've taken. Had everything lined up, thought it was all kind of set nice actually, and it was really well set up, and it was good, and it had some really exciting things on the table and a lot of work, and 5 days in,
Yeah, I saw the tweet.
lost my accommodation. Like to put it
Fucking
in
hell.
one way, a lot of things changed 5 days in, blown out the water. You got to be things, and then that meant a lot of loss of money. It meant a lot of sort of uncertainty. It meant a lot of challenges, and it also meant like loss of bookings as well, and a complete relocation to the other side of the country. Thinking, right, okay. On top of that, there was then other things in my personal life that were like testing me.
Yeah.
Now, a previous version of me in my youth would have played the victim, felt bad for myself, maybe been self-destructive to myself, or in my actions, retaliation, anger, what have you. But like this version of me lent back to God and lent back to faith, and it was the most beautiful learning experience and growing experience like I think I've ever had. I think you got to be chime in and interject wherever you think makes sense, like too, because I just think it's really important to like in those times you can forget about religion, forget about build churches and synagogues and buildings and the rest of it, and you can just like take the word and just listen to what that's saying. That is your guide rope that will lead you into how to conduct yourself. And when you conduct yourself correctly, again, and you tune yourself to the right energy, the world opens up and gives you favor continuously.
I said this on the podcast last week. There's a verse in the Bible that my dad always says to me when I was a bad boy at school. Whenever I do something bad, look at me like Lloyd. Listen, the Bible says it. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all shall be added onto you. Like I think it's Matthew 3:33. Yeah, that verse there, bro. I'm always whenever I'm doing something and I feel like things not going well, I'm always having to go back to God, and just speak to Him and just say how your heart feels in it, and things will come back to you, or just do the right things, live a good life, and things will make sense for you. That's the verse I've been going for, and I feel like that kind of falls into what you've just said.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll be amazed when you surrender and let go and just turn up right. The fucking miracles that will happen, the money that will come to you, the people that will come to you when you go, all right. I think, I don't know. There's a part of me that's like almost like not wanting to say what I want to say because of thinking like,
Kayfabe.
but what people who don't believe or think or feel would say. But it's like,
follow your heart's convictions.
Yeah,
Say what you want to say, man.
it's like I lose my train of thought a little bit. I was reminded a lot of Job at that time. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's taken everything.
Joe
from
lost
you.
everything. Everything, bro.
And it's like how you decide to behave in that is the test, and then how you and then the reward comes off the back of that. And I feel like as you try to ascend as a human being, raise your energy, and be a better person for the world around you, as you do that, it's that thing from Tyson says it, right? The more you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. And he's coming for you too.
Yeah.
And I feel it, man, because I feel like I've been working on myself for many, many years. And I feel, you know, no one else can know where I'm at except where I'm me, right?
Yeah.
Maybe with eyes to see, you'll see. But it's almost like, you know, they say this, fuck it. I don't care if people don't understand the words I'm saying. They said this war isn't one of the flesh and bone, it's one of the spiritual things.
Yeah.
And as you ascend and you become a better person and do good things, it's gonna come at you, and it's gonna come at you through people. Sometimes they're like, you know, you don't suspect, and situations you don't suspect that you think you're all cool in that. It's gonna come at you as a test, and that's gonna like to test you the most. But you have to understand what it is, the bigger picture of what's going on. It's not even the individuals. They don't even know what they're doing. They're not. It's not their. It's not their choices.
Yeah.
I know that. No, I'm worried that there's a bunch of people going to go. He's
bro,
a nut,
the thing
bro."
is, I don't think you should worry about the people that don't understand, because there are going to be people that do understand and are completely with you in what you're saying, and there are going to be people, even if they don't understand, there might be some conviction to them to be like, you know what, I have been feeling that way, and I do kind of understand it. Maybe this is my chance to kind of look into the word and maybe seek God, or find some sort of faith that they're looking for, in whether it be Christianity, whether it be like whatever, like, do you know what I mean? So I feel like stuff like this, scream it to the heavens, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
It's interesting to see what happens when you do things like that, because, again, I think both good things open up, and then also more things come through. It's amazing, like even just like, even just saying some names will get a reaction from people who are not that way in tuned. That makes sense.
Yeah.
There's some people who are way off the money here now. Like, he's fucking lost it. I don't care. Watch what happens in my life. And what happens next.
Yeah.
What happens next?
Proof is in the pudding.
Let's talk about it. Let's get.
What happens next? Because last year you mentioned Mara Fuji. It happened. How was the Noah tour? The UK tour?
Amazing. I will say, I was talking about the best wrestlers in the world. Fuck, those Japanese wrestlers are incredible. They're so good. They're so good. They're so good. And yeah, so what a fever dream match. Me and Hayata versus Marufuji and Grado in Scotland. Like, just absolute
So random as well.
madness, bro.
That's crazy.
And it was a great match. It got me in good favor with them as well. And and then it was Scotland first, and then Manchester the next, and in the ballroom on the last day of the show. All the matches were amazing. The whole locker room, like all the UK lads, all the Japanese lads, were all having a great time. It was a great experience. I remember in between, what was it, Manchester and London, Ricky Knight Jr. comes on the bus with a massive stack of beers, and he's like makes an announcement to the bus, and he's like handing out a little speech, and he's handing out beers to them, and everyone's having a good time.
Big up Ricky.
And big up Ricky Knight Jr.
Big up Ricky Knight Jr. Man.
And probably one of my favorite matches ended up being the one on the last night against Dragon Bane and Alpha Wolf. Probably the best.
They're the best tag team in the world. I'm so sorry, they're the best tag team in the world.
They legit.
Does he wear masks?
Yeah, they're both wearing masks.
Yeah, I see them.
They're the best tag team in the world. I'm amazed that they're not
they
the
should
biggest thing in the world right now. They had matches of the night every night. You know, when
Alpha Wolf shouldn't be able to move how fast he does and how good he does, as big as he is. Like, he's incredible. Like, both, like, Dragon Bane is incredible. They're both incredible, but they're a great tag team, man.
I'm gonna give that match was super fun. The match itself was incredible. I actually like kind of did myself in, right? Because one of the dives, the first dive comes in. I guess I must have caught his body here and come down, and Jack Morrison's knee, who's my partner, there, and I kind of got sandwiched in between the two, and I was like,
Concussed.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh shit!
What I know is my immediate thought was, I can't feel my face. Legit. Whole face. Can't feel it. And then and so I'm touching and I can feel my sensation from my hands, but not from my face. And I'm like, and the first thing I think is Jerry Mercury. Oh yeah. And I'm thinking, all right, nose is gone.
Face is
Eye sockets are gone. Like I must be gushing. I'm doing this. I'm like, you can see it when you watch it back on tape. I'm like, oh, no blood. Okay. Because I can't feel anything here. So all I'm going off is the hand and what I can see. And bear in mind, there's another dive coming. And I'm like, all right, no, nose is here. Well, that's incredible. Well, it must be my eye socket. My eye socket must be completely concaved. So I'm like, no, that's fine. Next thing, we Mayfairs broken
This is
now.
all within seconds as well.
Yeah.
No, but this is interesting to know, bro.
Jack goes, get up, watch this, it's beautiful. And I get up and they do this dive where it's like they're both in, one runs off, and it's almost like a I might have it wrong, but it's almost like a monkey flip.
Oh yeah.
So he goes extra high, extra far. We're like back in like the third row here. He goes, I'm thinking, I'm fucking dead. My face is concaved. I don't have I need this is my life over. I don't know, facial reconstruction, whatever you. And he's like, get up. Watch this. It's beautiful. And I'm like, oh my god, it is. We're here. I get a second to be like, all right, no, okay, cool. Within seconds, you can see my face is like welling up. And this is like I don't know, 3 minutes into the match. We've still got so much more to go. The rest of the match goes great. It's fantastic. Go watch it if you got Wrestle Universe or if you can find it anywhere. Caught man out with a shooting star. I caught him with an RKO. We did all the tricks and trades. And I get back and this thing's completely black.
You got a shine on. Was it shine?
Immediately, yeah. And I still couldn't feel my face. I thought maybe I fractured my orbital bone. But bearing in mind, I leave 5 hours later to fly to America for my third US tour. I'm wrestling with Beyond and all of this lot. And I'm like, having to research, I'm like, is it dangerous to get on a flight with a broken orbital bone?
Was it confirmed broken orbital, bro?
It wasn't confirmed.
Oh, you don't know yet?
I don't know.
Yeah, shit.
Bro, you definitely took that flight without knowing.
I did.
So if you can go on a flight with a cast, you can go on a flight with anything, right?
Yeah, so when I looked it up as well, they were like, it says it could fuck your shit up. But I was like, it's definitely not badly broken. I love this business. I got on that flight and and I went and wrestled in America for another 2 weeks. And got to wrestle this incredible wrestler. Everyone go check him out. Fancy Ryan Clancy. Check him out.
I've seen. Is he
so good?
Is he got long hair?
Sort of.
I think I've seen this guy. He's in a music video.
He's in a music
video. He's in a music video. Yeah, I've seen that guy. Yeah,
Clara.
Yeah, Clara. Yeah.
He's now the Wrestling Open champion.
Oh, sick.
Yes, I've seen that
he
guy.
Won it in the steel cage at the end of the year, and it's funny. The shot, I messaged him back. Despite the fact.
I've seen that guy. He's in a music video.
He's great.
Yeah, he's the main character.
Great guy. You would love him too. On a spiritual level too.
He's got a drop kick, mate.
He's got the best drop kick in the business.
Boy, you know how
Do not let Mark
in the suit.
say that, bro.
I sent you.
What a guy. My guy.
Yeah.
He's going to be out at WrestleMania. Everyone should be booking him up during WrestleMania in Vegas. And when he comes over, he's got Japan later in the year, and he's going to be over in Europe at some point. He's going to blow up. He's going to be the biggest thing in wrestling for sure. But good dude, good brother as well. But we had our wars out there. We wrestled twice, and it was great. Had a lot of fun wrestling him. What was I going to say about that? check it out. It's on IWTV. Watch those matches.
Question I want to ask you: What's the difference between UK crowd and the US crowd? Obviously, we've seen. I was there for one of them, the Progress show at Philadelphia,
Right.
and the crowd was proper high, the proper like gas. They looked like they were there. But for you, actually in the ring, what do you think is like the best?
They're all the fucking same. They're all the same, really. I mean, I think more so within the West.
Yeah.
What's up?
So my drinks.
I said this drink got bare balls in it.
The balls are nice, man. Oh shit.
Oh shit!
Oh, no,
What?
no.
Clip that.
Lino! You know what to do. The what?
The lucky sock. I was gonna say the next part. The balls busting your mouth. It bursts your mouth.
Lino!
Bust in the mouth.
What?
Oh,
Fucking hell. You see how I started off right.
Pause.
Bro, oh shit.
Let's go back to God.
Yeah, go back. See God.
What's the difference between the crowds, in your opinion?
I think the Western crowds are the same in terms of in general. I think more so within the Western crowds is finding out, is this a bar crowd? Is it a casual crowd? Is it a family crowd? Is it a diehard wrestling crowd? That's the main thing.
What's your favorite crowd?
Hustle.
Yeah, legit. Hustle.
Hey, them guys at Hustle,
Hustle.
bro.
And what that is
They hate when they hate Tate. They hate Tate
Yeah.
because I'm obviously taking it all in, and after I'm seeing what people are saying, people actually hate Tate, and I'm like,
of course.
They
how the
hate
hell does
Tate
this guy do
and
it?
They hate Rocco.
Oh,
They hate
you two together.
Maybe we should unite.
If you guys became a tag team, you guys would.
Like, if you guys actually
you want me
became
to
like a
leave?
super faction.
You guys want me to leave? You want me to leave the venue? You want me to leave Color Factory? They'll literally fight you.
They'll have to section Hackney off, bro.
Trust me.
And we've seen that at Hackney with Hustle Wrestling, right? We've seen a woman try to attack me with an umbrella and water.
Yes.
We saw one guy try to throw me off the
The
balcony.
balcony. Okay, yes. Can we talk? We have to talk about that. Or is that not something we could talk about?
I don't mind talking about
Because I was so close at the beginning. I saw the guy standing. So the guy was
He was downstairs.
he was
Like,
downstairs
in
by the
crowd.
commentary desk, and I was like, "Is this guy ring crew or is this guy a fan?" Because ring crew people don't get involved like that. He was like, and I'm like, "Are you ring crew or are you a fan?" So then obviously he was standing next to one of the guys that are ring crew. So I thought nothing of it. It was when you went upstairs and I see him follow you upstairs. I was like, well, "Okay, cool." Then I saw him try to throw you off. I said, "What? What was going through your mind? Did you try to bang him?" I would have said, "What the fuck you doing?"
I think most importantly is he was drunk. And,
Yeah, he was drunk. Sorry, he
and-
was drunk. Yes, get
and
that
I'm
clear.
very good at professional wrestling and what I do. And I think earlier something happened where it was against Tom, right? Go
Tom
check it out.
Scarborough.
It's
That
on YouTube.
match is sick.
Tom
Match is sick.
Scarborough versus Tate Mayfairs.
Match is sick.
On YouTube, full match up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. And I pulled up the mat and he was kind of in the way and I flipped him off. Or maybe it was just that and he flipped me off. I'm not sure. But that was an interaction I remember. Next thing, me and Tom are fighting up on the balcony. And I'll be honest with you, I was kind of unaware of it. I knew what was coming. I was at the balcony. But when it got to it, man, I went over this barricade and hang off the balcony with some force. I was expecting to have a bit more control of myself. Again, I'm just pulling back the curtain on the fave now. My thing is regarding kayfabe is like I follow what the WWE do and like that's we've seen what they've done as they ushered in this new Netflix era. We're not trying to lie and insult the audience's intelligence.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna follow suit. But yeah, in a suit. But so the deal was I was gonna get tipped over the balcony and be holding on lead to this balcony spot.
Yeah.
It comes to the tip, and man, I went over with some force. I was like, yo, and I was like actually really holding on for life. And my feet are dangling. They were meant to like be sturdy on the other side, but now they're dangling. I'm like holding on. Just thinking, hell, Tom, what's wrong with you, dude? Like, chill. I don't find out till we get back in the ring. That what had happened. And I was completely unaware. I was completely unaware. But yeah, and then so how does it compare UK to the States? Well, I went out in the States, and one guy's on a megaphone for the entirety of my match. Man, you suck. Leave this country. Get on the flight home. I hate you. I hate you. I should be going for a piss now. Go
for the piss.
I'm like, go. Fuck. And then At one point, the rest of the crowd were like, "Take his mic away! Take this guy's mic! Take his mic!" away." And so I roll out the ring, stands up, it gets in my face, shove him down in the chair. His friend gets up, starts fucking trying to grab me, swinging punches. I'm ducking him like this, boom, boom. And I'm backing up, and he's following me in. I'm like, all right, well, I can't do this in front of the audience. This is not a good look.
Yeah.
So I like go through the curtains, spin around, cock back a fist, waiting for him. Wait, nothing. All right, I'm back in the locker room. Big applause from the rest of the locker room. They're on their feet, and they're like, "Yo, this fan's been annoying us for fucking ages. He comes to all the shows. He really ruins it for the audience and for us. And so we've been wanting to do something about this for a long time. Say something about it, but you know the promoter keeps letting him come. What have you? Thank you for doing something.
That's crazy.
It's what it is. But that's part of the life we live, you know.
But it's
I've been punched, kicked. I had one guy spit in my face. Not in the States, but in the UK. Yeah,
UK.
But that's all testament to your work. That's all testament to your art. Because it's like the way you're able to like pull heartstrings and pull out these different emotions out of people is something you should never take, like people shouldn't take for granted in this country. And that's why I hail you as one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen live. Because it's like even from when you done the whole thing of Rain, and obviously I didn't look at the notes, I didn't know nothing like that was happening. I just saw you come back. And I'm like, okay, cool. What is Tate gonna do? And you've come back off, he's gonna be a face. Then you literally flip the script. You hit Rain with the chair, and you're like, I want this fucking match. You won the match. You became the champion. And it's like that whole show was like, is Tate gonna actually do it? That was what we was all banking on. Is Tate actually gonna do it? So he's gonna leave here with the title, and eventually he did. And I remember people were booing you from the heavens.
And that was the quickest main event ever.
5 minutes.
In Hustle.
5 minutes.
Was that 5-10 minutes?
5 minutes.
Yeah, like 5-6 minutes.
Twist 11. Way Out West. Way Out West first and Twist 11. Sorry.
I don't think
Then
I
Jaguar
did that.
Tooth. You didn't
I
hear
did
it?
Way Out West. I think it was just
Jaguar
chair up the throat. In you go. Knee.
Yes.
Knee up the jaw. Yeah.
Bro.
Well, you know, it's what we do.
It's all testament, man. Like, and obviously I know that in Hustle, in Hustle you play Hill, and in Progress you're currently playing the face.
It's a little change of events.
Yeah, bro.
New year, new me is what they
like,
say. Eh?
What's Tate? What do you enjoy doing the most? Are you more like, what's your favorite?
Oh, I think we're yet to see. This is new to me. This is new, uncharted ground, isn't it? I'm gonna touch on the thing you said about with independent wrestling. There's a reason why. I think people actually understand how to be a good heel anymore, and I think like people are also aware of. You know, I said, oh, with AEW, you would have picked other people to be you would have thought other people got it first. And with these title shots at Progress, all these other people get it first. And part of that is because of the nature and the setup of independent wrestling, is that you need that. People have worked way much more than everyone gives credit for or really understands. To the point where even the promoters are too. And like, so like as a babyface, it's easy for everyone to think that you're really good at professional wrestling by your matches making you look like invincible and superstar and all the rest of it, and then you get more fans because of that, because you're the good guy, you're making people like you, that's your job, right? So then comes in more merch sales, which is more profitable for you, and also can lead to a lot better booking too. It takes a real brave soul and a real fucking good one wrestler to be a successful bad guy, because you're going, hey, I'm going to intentionally do things that make you think I'm not good, like I'm working the smart mark, so you don't even think that I'm even actually as good as I am at professional wrestling, because my job is to make you think that this guy across the ring from me is better than me. That's my job. So when you think that they're better than me, and you know, it's like often it's because that's my fucking job. Yeah. So yeah, I pride myself on that a lot. Yeah, interesting turn of events. We'll see what comes. I made a point you know, when I decided not to cash in on Luke, I said, it's important to me that the whole world knows me as what it says on the internet when you type it into Google, the greatest professional wrestler to ever walk planet Earth. And I think, you know, part of that is being able to beat Luke Jacobs clean in the middle of the ring. Another part of that is being able to play both sides of the fence exceptionally well. So there is no doubt in anyone's mind.
I've got to be there for that.
How do you, like, yourself, you had a great 2024. Luke Jacobs is someone else that also had a great 2024. Exceptional 2024. He's probably his best years in wrestling so far.
Sure.
How do you
For
prepare?
both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you prepare for Luke Jacobs?
It's not so much Luke Jacobs. There is no opponent or enemy stronger or greater than me. So he had a great year. He had his best year. So did I. I'm not, yes, physically, tactically, I'm focused on Luke. I'm not going to give away all my, like, hows I'm going to beat him.
Yeah.
That'd be against my odds, right? That'd be against my better judgment. But I'm more looking at being the strongest, the fastest, and the most technically sound that I've ever been. And I'm also looking to be the purest of heart and the spirit and energy that I've ever been in doing things the right way, in being the best person that I can be, in being as mentally clear and locked in as possible. That's how I beat Luke Jacobs without giving away any other details.
Man. Speaking of locked in, one of our coaches, Sid Scala, you guys have got a battle coming up Feb 6th.
Well, no, he's
You got to be careful though, because if you try to, you might have to jump in the ring and help.
Hey, listen, boys, you got involved enough. You know what I'm saying?
Must have slide him a chair or something.
Yeah, maybe Hustle Wrestling ain't quite on my the audience there aren't quite on my side. We'll see what the year holds, what have you. But the thing with Sid, man, it's just
What's the story between you and Sid? Like, obviously,
we've
you guys
known
are,
each other for years and years and years. We both started in professional wrestling when we were like 13, 14 years old. And the British wrestling scene isn't what it is today at that point. It was very different. It's great. Everyone goes, oh, wow, he started so young. That's so cool. Like I said, it wasn't the same place. To be a 13, 14-year-old boy in the professional wrestling world in Britain at that time was weird. And it makes for a very unique childhood and a very unique man at the end of it. And like the thing is about wrestling is physically you go through a lot, mentally you go through a lot. There's like psychology of what it takes to be in this. It changes you. I mean, perhaps we had our eyes open too early. That changes you as a guy, and we went through that together in a lot of ways. And you know, we've then had our courses as individual men and within this business, and there's no secret that he helped. That like we went away from business. He came back a little earlier than me. He started at school. When I came back, I started training there also. And we've shared the roads together with that since. A lot of tutelage since. And then I've also gone my own way and had my own journey in life in wrestling. And we've been doing what's been happening at Hustle Wrestling. And the last time I saw him at Hustle Wrestling, he wanted a match. And I said, just get away from me, man. Like, I've been joined at the hip with you for too long. Quantity of years does not mean quality of years. And I just wanted you gone. And I wrestled him and I beat him. And that should have been the end of his career. That was the stipulation at hold. It said, this is the end of your wrestling career. And he upheld it for a period of time. But guess what? That narcissistic piece of shit can't help it. He came back. He came back, and why? Why did he come back? Yeah, because the stipulations were what they were, and I know that I went away and I came back, but they were what they were. I said, get away from me, man. You were my friend. I've evolved into something bigger and better than you could ever be. I've been the Hustle Wrestling Champion, you haven't. I've taken on the world, you haven't. And you're only back for one reason, it's because you can't stand the fact that you live in my shadow. After I beat Rain, everybody thought, oh, Rain's big return, she's going to take the title from Tate, but she didn't, did she? I beat her too. And how does that end? It ends with him coming out, trying to ruin my moment. My celebration. He comes out smirking as anything and announcing that he's back. And since he's been back, bravo to the boy. He's been doing really, really good. Yeah, winning matches. I don't think he's lost a single match since he's been back. No, he's probably in the best shape, best form he's ever been. And he has the audacity, the night that I'm preparing to defend my title in a ladder match, not just any old match, a ladder match. There's a lot on stake here, literally hanging from the building. The first one we've ever seen at Hustle Wrestling. A lot of things can go wrong, a lot of danger in the building. And on that night, as I'm preparing for that, he gets on the microphone, he calls me out. The title or not, Tate, I want you February 6th. If he wanted that match, you know, he could just, I'm sure he could just make that happen. He could just, whatever. He could have announced it online afterwards. No, he specifically did it that night to specifically get in my head and mess with me. There's no reason to do that. It's absolutely like bang out of order, and it's because he can't stand the fact that I'm better than him, that I ended his career, and he's just trying to get back at me, man. I don't want anything to do with this guy. I'm sick of him, man. I want him out of my life, out of my career. I know we have a past, but the past stays there. So I haven't answered his challenge, but I'm gonna answer it now. February 6th, you're on. It's gonna happen. But this is the very last time.
So the whole, obviously, from what I'm seeing, you keep mentioning the very last time. Is this a fight that, goes back to that old stipulation of like, if you lose, I'm gone. If I win,
I don't care about
you don't care.
Gone, not gone anymore, because clearly that doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Anymore.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. I am just done with you entirely. Don't speak to me. Get away from me. I never knew you. I never knew you. Just get away from me. And this time, the other thing I'm gonna do, the other thing I'm gonna do is it was more like contractually, agreementally that he wouldn't wrestle again. And so when I wrestled, you see that. Watch it online. Tate Mayfairs versus Sid Scala. Watch that match. There's a moment of hesitation when I'm overcome with emotion as I'm about to beat him. And that won't be there this time. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This time, because he's decided to come back, he's taken that out of my hands. That what needs to happen is I need to make him physically incapable of coming back. It is what it is. I need to make it physically incapable of him coming back because I don't want him near me no more.
That sounds like you've got a mad malicious intentions, but boy, February 6th, Thursday.
Grab your tickets.
Grab your tickets because
dark.
That sounds mad dark. Sounds very dark.
I don't care what you think it is. It's between me and him, and I know what it is. It's done after this.
Shit.
Win or lose, done.
He's not wrestling again after this.
Oof. Oh shit.
Well, just on a positive note, I want to shift back a bit.
I just got to get it off my chest.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
I hear it.
And I've been trying to not address it this whole time. I've been getting messages from Hustle Management. Hey, can you respond to the call out? Well, there you go. There's your answer.
Are you here first?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
On a positive note, obviously I saw an image of you at NXT with a few of the UK, a few other guys from UK as well.
Yeah.
How was your experience at NXT? And you sat. I think you probably sat in the same seat I sat as well.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Where the thing is, where the commentary desk is, right?
Great. I had a fantastic time there and in Orlando.
Orlando's nice. Florida's nice, right?
I went to a lot of places this tour in the States. It was New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia. The worst city in the country.
Philadelphia's worst city.
Yeah, I had to actually shout out to.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I know I'm.
Yeah,
not
let's
wrong.
get there. Let's get to that because I can't lie. I didn't enjoy Philadelphia either.
It sucks. We talked about it before.
It's very gloomy.
It's
It's
gloomy. It's dark. It's cold. It's miserable.
cold, bro.
They're ugly. Come on. We're all thinking it.
Don't come and kill me. Figgy freeway, please.
Yeah.
VD single. Sorry.
I don't know.
Joking, very good.
Yeah, New York, Philly, New Jersey. Where else was I? Atlanta.
No, nice.
Atlanta and Minnesota.
Minnesota. That's cold, isn't it?
Yeah, it was cold. It's cold.
Yeah, that's where Brock's from, isn't it?
Brock Lesnar's from.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minneapolis.
And then Orlando. I think there might have been a couple others because it's gone from me now. But yeah. And Orlando was my favorite.
Orlando's amazing.
Just
Orlando's
full of color. It's warm. Everybody's
amazing,
beautiful. It's like even man, like New York's meant to be this cool thing. You know what? Outside of the glitz, and it's kind of run down and shitty too. It's kind of like Philly with a couple lights on it.
Yeah.
My friend said my boy was there. He was there for like 2 weeks. They went for like New York Fashion Week, and he was like how he thought that London was dirty, London and Paris was dirty, but he said that, bro, who is the Ninja Turtles? Who's their dad?
Master Splinter.
He said that, bro. He said yeah.
Go on, please.
And he said, bro, he said, Lloyd, I kid you not. We were leaving the club. We've gone down the corner and there's an alleyway there. And I swear to you, I saw Master Splinter. He said that the rats are like that big, bro. And it's like, he looked like he was standing up.
The rats
And he said the subway was like, so the subway smelled like crack. Like he walked on the subway, he had to close his nose. Like there was bare. Like, you know, it's like, it's weird because like New York is like, it's like LA, New York and LA. It's like you go to these places here and it's like, oh, this is where things are shot. This is where it's meant to be. This is the big time. Like you'll see stuff you see in the movies and stuff, but once you go in and you look into the area, me and Dole and Sam took a long walk around. We were walking around. We walked from Rodeo Drive?
Yeah, from Rodeo Drive.
Rodeo Drive all the way down to some next area.
Downtown LA.
Downtown LA, yeah. Where all the bro, when I mean yeah, they were everywhere. Like there's a whole line of tents and stuff, and I'm like to myself, how do people live like this, bro? There was even a tent. The guy had a cooker in there and a microwave and a TV.
In the tent?
Look, in the TV in there. And it was on. The TV was on. I said, where's the power coming from?
Where's the electric
That's what I'm saying.
You probably got it from T-Mobile or something.
Yeah,
I don't know,
bro.
man.
And after we went to one shop, we got to the shop, right? And the guy goes to us, oh, where you guys from? I was like, from London. He goes, you're not meant to be around here. Am I lying? Uncle, an African uncle.
Y'all niggas stay dangerous.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Get out of here.
He said, bro, you're not meant to be around here.
You guys not meant to be down
You're not meant to be around here.
I got that in Atlanta.
Atlanta's
Atlanta's
Central.
worse. Yeah,
I was checking into this place, and this guy goes, "Where you from?" I was like, "UK." He goes, "You shouldn't be here, man. Be careful." So, yeah. I don't know if you've met this right hand before, but pretty fucking deadly. But yeah, New York's weird, man. Like even like just like normal places, I'm like looking at buildings, and I'm like, "Yo, I'm 3 years sober." So I'm not pissed, but that building is pissed. Like, why is it like it's like on an angle? Everything's bleak in color and messy. I went to some real nice steakhouse in New York, and like the bathrooms were like just kind of like shonky, dude. It's like you're being in a caravan, like you know what I mean? And like
American bathrooms annoy me.
Dude?
Bro, why is there so much space?
What do you mean?
I'm not talking.
You see the disabled cubicle? It's
bro,
like a whole bedroom,
but every
bro.
cubicle's like that. I went to the cubicle in Ross. I went to Ross.
It's like
Bro,
that whole
yeah. So, bro, I remember one day, yeah.
What are you doing in there?
I was, bro, we were like, we're far away from home, yeah. And I had like a mad meal that day, and I was busting. I was like, bro, I need to go to the toilet. I feel sick.
Busting, yeah.
Oh, fuck you.
Bobo balls, yeah.
I was in pain. I was like, I need to go to the toilet. So we went into the local Ross, and as we're in there, my missus is shopping with the kids, and my cousin's shopping as well. So I went to the toilet. And I went, I can't do it here. I went to another one. I was like, I can't do it here. I said, I'm going to the toilet. I was like, sorry, ma'am. Do you know what the toilet is? I don't know why. I always speak in American accent. I change out. But I don't want to think that I'm from London, innit? I want to show that I'm part of the thing so they can respect me. I say, yeah. I say, no, do not be like that.
Wow.
When I go to different countries,
I hand it up even more.
Bro, no,
Wait,
even more.
did you do that in Jamaica?
in Jamaica, I spoke.
Did you do that in Jamaica?
No, not like that. But I spoke like Wagwan. What are you saying, bro? I spoke like that because the people in Jamaica that speak like that. Yeah, but I said
You speak normally in America though.
no. But
When I was in LA, bro, you don't code switch. That's one thing I've
I
noticed
code
about
switch.
you. No, you don't code switch. That's one thing I
There's
noticed
certain people
about you.
code switch. I say, hey, ma'am. I say, hey, ma'am. Do you know, honestly, I say, hey, ma'am. I say, ma'am. I add some of their content. I say,
You know where you're from,
bro. But
Great.
when I go to a place today, I say, can I get water? Can I get water? But yeah, so I was saying, and after I was like, you know what, let me just do it, bro. I sat down and I looked underneath and I was like, bro, everyone can see me shit. If someone walks in this place right now, they can see my whole legs and the trousers like that.
They see your social security number.
Oh, why is it so high? Hey, no, people think it's high. It's high.
Oh,
You can't do nothing there.
Can't do shit.
If you're trying to get a cookie,
Bro,
you're
there's
missing.
times
You're finished.
I remember there was one club I went to last year in Houston. And I've gone to a toilet now, and I just see 4 legs, and I see the man's trousers by his ankle, and I see high heels. I say, oh shit!
Why'd they get away with that?
Don't care, man.
even in the airport.
And there's a lot of unisex toilets as well. And I didn't realize I took my kids in there.
Yeah.
I took my kids to the loo in it, and I was like, one toilet. I was like, okay, cool. I went in there, and there was a woman in there. I was like, oh shit. And she goes, oh, sorry, it's unisex. I was like, I can't.
Yeah, when I go to
you need to come out first. I'll bring my kids in there. Yeah, because
yeah.
my kids will be saying weird shit like, oh, why is she in here? I can't do it. Like, bro, it's crazy, man.
Oh, quick question for you, Tate. Let's call this segment Tate's.
You chapter them up now.
Let's call this Tate's talent exchange. Tate's talent exchange. Who are 6 wrestlers from America you'd bring to the UK, and who are 6 UK wrestlers you'd take to America?
That's a good question. You're gonna say the wrong name.
Because then I'll be like, there's someone who like deserves it and shit, you know. What I didn't shout out earlier, which I wanted to, was like about Philadelphia. The best thing about Philadelphia is this one wrestler called Junie Underwood. Fantastic guy. No one's heard of him yet. He's young. He's new, but like he's good and he's on his way up. And he took care of me while I was in Philly. Like they took me in there and looked after me. So shout out to him. Check him out if you want to like follow a young wrestler on the way up. And he's definitely good enough to make this a big thing. I'm gonna put him on the international exchange card. You know what I'm saying? Him. That's Ryan Clancy, of course. What's this more like? Like who do I think's the best, or is this more
Not just
like
anyone that you'd love to see, like you'd love to see
But like
them
a spotlight.
here. Yeah,
spotlight.
love to see them here, and you'd love to see 6 wrestlers from here over there.
Will Cruz just announced that he's got the US
Cruz,
visa.
yeah,
and I
Will
feel like
Cruz,
that's
yeah.
gonna be real fun for him. I think he's got a good year ahead of him.
Will Cruz is really
everywhere
good.
he goes. So I think that'll be good for him to be out there. I'm gonna stick him on that. You know, we at WrestleMania last year in Philadelphia, session with Martina, my classy Karen. If you're following what's happening,
I see it. Yeah.
She had one of the biggest reactions of any of the UK people. I mean, she had previously been with ROH.
Yeah, she used to be such a Ring of Honor. Yeah, I remember.
And I feel like we didn't get enough of her in the States last year, and I feel like the States are begging for her. Absolutely take her. Now that she's under my wing, it's classy Karen, like the world's her oyster. I am the magic touch, you know, the Midas touch. So she will do fantastic things, and I think she'll be on the visa this 2025 as well. And I'd like to see her do more great stuff there. I don't know. Chip in here, guys. Help me out.
I'm trying to think of people that are not already coming to the UK that have really so none of the GCW lot. So I would have said Charles Mason.
Yeah,
he's really, really good.
I don't think he's been over the UK yet.
Yeah, I don't
right?
think he has. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you guys would be sick as a tag team.
I think we could.
You guys are both very dapper, even though he wrestles in his
Seems
suit.
quite sadistic.
Yeah,
I know
he's
I've
very-
had-
he's
I
very-
know I've
he's
had my
very, like-
times, I know I've had my moments, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we'd bring out the worst in each other. It'd be interesting to see.
yeah.
See,
Trying to
that's a
think.
good shout.
To go to America,
And say his name.
Yeah.
Rocco.
Rocco Garcia. I thought Rocco Garcia would be sick.
Garcia.
man.
I don't even know the lyrics to his entrance, but I'm just singing it for my hand up.
Live.
Bro.
Love that song.
He's had a great time in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Happy for him.
Robin Schultz with, is it Tajiri or something with, or was it Ibushi?
Yeah.
Bushi
Ibushi,
as
yeah,
well.
see
He
Ibushi,
wrestled
yeah.
in Tajiri's promotion. Like,
Yeah.
Bushi. He's in Rev Pro. Cameron Kai.
Okay, that's a good shout.
Cameron Kai. He's a good shout. Connor Mills. I love Connor Mills.
Who doesn't?
I love Connor Mills. I thought Connor Mills would be great.
I had a
in
great
America.
fight. Check it out. It's going to be up on Triller at some point soon. TNT World Heavyweight Championship match. At TNT.
I was.
Me versus Connor Mills.
Yes.
Beat the piss out of each other. And I
Fake.
guess I beat more piss out of him because I still became the champion.
Jeez.
But it's a good fight. And I'll fight with Connor any day of the week. More of that for sure.
Yeah.
I
Nina
got-
Samuels.
Yeah.
Oh, Nina.
Nina
Do you know what it is? I
Samuels.
think Nina Samuels.
I think she's the best
Yeah,
in the country.
yeah.
I got I'm gonna put over an up and coming opponent. 25th of January, I'm defending the world heavyweight title, the legit world heavyweight title, against Jay Joshua.
Jay Joshua is great.
He's a good.
He's in a tag team with
wrestler.
Connor Mills.
Connor Mills, that's Rev Pro
Yeah,
tag
right.
champions, yeah. He's
Yeah.
really, really good. Say less.
I could say more, but
Jay
I'm
Joshua.
gonna beat the piss out of him too, and still be your TNT World Heavyweight Championship by the end of 25th of Jan. But regardless, I think he's a great wrestler that's gonna come out of his shell and get the accolades he deserves in the coming up time. And I think it'll be fun to see out there too, right?
Obviously, another thing I want to ask your thoughts on. Obviously, the WWE ID program. What's your thoughts on that? Is that something you'd be
I think
interested?
hey, listen, it's great for the talent. Like they're gonna get paid. They're gonna get more attention, more spotlight.
That's it.
And that's only good for professional wrestlers.
Yes.
More so specifically those guys. But like I think that's a fantastic thing and it's an exciting thing. I don't know what else. They haven't really announced like
They've announced.
too much
I think they've
more of,
announced
like,
their full. They've announced their full thing. 20 people now, isn't it?
I mean, as in like what that entails. I think it's
what
just
it
like
entails,
I think it's just like a sponsorship and like highlight and opportunities for them for a
Yeah.
year, see how they get on and what have you. I think it'd be interesting to see that at the moment it's just USA.
USA, yeah.
It'd be interesting to see what happens. They're a global company. It'd be interesting to see what happens if they decide to do that
So
globally.
they've announced this. They've announced this scrapping 205 Live. Is 205 Live?
Is that still a thing?
Oh, is that 205? No, what's level up? Level up.
Level Up,
So
it's
level
gonna
up.
be NXT Evolve.
NXT Evolve now. So
Oh,
I'm guessing that's where they'll probably be bringing in more like mixing up with the whole, NXT as well as TNA now, and maybe bringing more international talent now.
oh, that's
I
interesting.
reckon that might be the plan, unless they want to use some of the nil program guys still.
Yeah, I think it's just to give them.
Be
give
probably
the-
a melting
the-
pot, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't want to speculate too much because, like, listen.
He knows.
Every time, sometimes I go on podcasts and immediately after there's like a fightful. So like
comes up.
Tate said this. It's normally whatever I say about Will. I must not say anymore. But I think it's a good thing. I'm interested to see where it continues to develop. Yeah, for sure.
Same.
He knows. He knows.
Before we wrap up,
Eddie Dennis.
I wanted to ask you.
Eddie Dennis, yeah.
Before we get to Eddie Dennis, let's get to Eddie Dennis first.
All right.
There's been like you said, there's been a turnaround in who you are as a person. You're no longer attacking people on their podcasts.
Just
Born again.
Just you wait.
Tell us about your relationship with Eddie Dennis, because he clearly saw something in you.
Yeah.
Despite you maybe cheating or you not being a stand-up person, but he did try to beat me up on my podcast.
Yeah. It's comments like that.
I apologize, but
No, yeah, okay. I've kind of touched on my frustration about being overlooked
Yeah.
at Progress and not getting those title shots, right? And after I had the match with Will Ospreay at Super Strong Style the year prior, I went undefeated in singles action at Progress Wrestling for an entire year. Again, no title shot of any kind.
Yeah.
They originally weren't even going to bring me out for Mania. Regardless, go over, continuing to make this the most important title in professional wrestling. Go over to Uganda, break the internet with that, do incredible things for the community of professional wrestling. Come back, going into Strong Style, all this momentum, and still undefeated, and knocked out cold Casey Navarro, just like I said I would. If you look back and find the
It was a good match
tweets,
as well.
I said it's a KO for KC, and once again, Mystic Mayfairs delivers to the dot, to the word. Knocked him out cold. Wrestling Eddie Dennis in Super Strong Style. Now, bear in mind, I haven't had, despite being undefeated for a year, I haven't had a title shot of any kind. So my only way to kind of get it, clearly, is through Strong Style, right? Predicted how I beat KC. Did it exactly. Now, I said knocked out cold, and that is a cold way to do it. I've got that nasty streak in me. We know it. We've seen it.
Yeah.
Comes to Wrestling Eddie, a guy who has had, 13 years at the top in Progress Wrestling. He's done it a lot. He's in the winter of his career, as you might say, as he would admit himself. And now it's me and him against each other. And it's a hard fought match. Now, the history between me and Eddie is that, just like Sid, he was my mentor, but me and Eddie were not children that entered the business together and come up together like two scrapping siblings. Eddie was a grown man who was already on top and was running wrestling training, and said to me, I see your hard work and I see your talent, and if you just could pick me up and take me to training classes that I coach, I'll train you for free. Didn't tell anyone else. I mean, took that money out of his own pocket. And he looked after me and he trained me. And I made true on everything that he said. I went on to become the greatest professional wrestler that ever walked planet Earth. Undefeated Progress Wrestling. Overlooked. Now in this tournament, he's already had his success. He's in the winter of his career. The last guy I faced in the tournament knocked him out cold. Now, Eddie is as good as he is and has that stuff because of how resilient he is, how good he is. We're in this match, and I hit him with the knee, and he's laying in the standing high knee that I have that sets me up for the Jaguar Tooth, which knocked out Casey.
Yeah.
And he's laying in those ropes, and I see his eyes start glazing over. And he's a man who's at the end of his career, you know what I mean? Like, he's still very strong and very good, but he's in the winter of his career. And I was there on his wedding day. I've been there multiple times, taking him to the hospital. I've been in the living room with his wife, talking about the concerns they have about his health. And he's laying on the ropes, and he's glazing over. And I know when I hit this knee, I don't, you know what I mean? It's a dangerous thing that we do. I know it can be cold and heartless, but there's people, times and situations, and that wasn't, you saw it in the match with Sid.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I know that the power that I have, and it's a responsibility. Yeah. And sometimes I lose my cool and I do things that maybe make it harder for me to go to sleep at night sometimes. But this was one that I didn't want to have to live with. And I said, Eddie, think about Liana. Just tell the ref I know I'm looking at you. Just tell the ref you can't compete. And that fucking stubborn son of a bitch put his middle finger in my face. And I just I don't know if you feel the rage when you're in the middle of something like a fight is like a very emotional, tense. I slapped him back and then I ran and I went, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I need to do it. I need to win this match. I need to win this tournament. Otherwise, I'm never gonna get my shot at the title. And he pins me and he grabs a handful of my ties. That's how he beats me. And so, hey, I've pulled that one before. It's a classic move. Certainly a lot safer and kinder than running a knee through a guy's jaw and ending his fucking career.
Yeah.
But it didn't sit right with me. So later that night, he goes out to fight Luke Jacobs, and my emotions got the better of me, and I cost him that match. And that went on to be a big issue between me and Eddie for the rest of the year. And he was trying to say, listen, like, what happened? I can draw a line under that. I know how good you are. Show them. We don't need to fight each other. Let's just be a tag team. And I was kind of on board with it, but then, he referred to it as FSU 2.0. And then he played his music. Yeah. And I thought, like, man, like, I've worked so hard for everyone to understand how great I am. And now, and I've been working so hard to be winning the world title. And now, like, I'm going to be in a tag team with him and his music and his old tag team's name. And, like, I've had a hard life. I've experienced a lot of, like, bad friendships and relationships, and I just felt like I was being taken advantage of, and I felt like my light was being diminished, and I felt like I was helping other people achieve their thing, and again, it was a hard year for me, and it was the wrong thing, but I pulled the knucks out, and I thought it was the right thing at the time, and I drove him through his jaw, and I knocked him out, and that led to me and him having a 2 out of 3 falls match, and I tried that same stuff again, and it didn't work in my favor. And afterwards, despite everything I'd done to the man, like we were talking about with Faith, he did practice those words. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. He showed me grace and humility and love. And he didn't discard me and throw me away when he probably had every right to, right? He was the righteous man. And that was one of the biggest lessons he could have taught me, So a lot of things happened along that road. Me reaching out to him, us eventually teaming, that match happening, the kind of miscommunication at the end of the match. Oh, sorry, peel up earlier. He gets a shot against Luke. Luke. Right? And again, he was in a compromised situation where Luke was willing to stomp his head directly into the ground, and Eddie's eyes were glazing back, and I threw in the towel for him to save him. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't understand it at the time, but later he did, and that led anyway to us having the tag. There's the misunderstanding there, and life is messy. Relationships are messy. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. Brothers, tight friends, it's like that. After that match, despite the miscommunication, him, Mark, and Flash are in the ring again. Party Hard's playing, and they invited me in to be a part of celebrating with them. But again, I was emotional. I reacted that way, and despite them showing me love and trying to do was be open arms and be kind, I didn't feel it and see it that way because of the state I was in. Then I go to America. We've touched on what happened in America. While I was there, I understood things in a new light. And I became a new man. And like I said, I got closer and I understood things better, and I raised myself as a human being. And I managed to reach out to Eddie. We had a small back and forth. Then it led to the unboxing match, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But we decided, right, it's ended up being that, of course, we've ended up in a match. We didn't want to have this to happen, but now, of course, we've ended up in a match, regardless of the situation. And so I said, right, line in the sand. It is what it is. One of us has to. Someone's got to win. Best man win. And we wrestled, and I had the opportunity to go dirty. Had the opportunity to do the low blow or to take some shortcuts, and decided not to. And I won. I won fair and square, clean. I could be proud of myself. I could pat myself on the back. And even then, another lesson from Eddie. I'm like, right, I could cash in tonight. Like, I've seen Luke backstage. I know he must be fighting. I knew he'd be fighting, defending the title. It's just so happened that it ended up being a fatal 4-way match, and he got busted open. He was messed up. Yeah. And I could have done it right there and then. And I said, I'm gonna do it. And Eddie said, listen, I've been there. I've been where you've been before. He won the title on less than fair, clean cut sort of circumstances. And he told me backstage, told me in the ring, you can watch it on Demand Progress Plus and on Triller. But he also told me again backstage about how much that ate away at him, not winning it the right way. About how you conduct yourself as a gentleman, as a man, the right way to do things. You can have material prizes and wealth, but if you don't have good heart, good conscience, good energy, then you've got nothing. Yeah. You got nothing. You got no friends. You got nothing. So I took his advice, and I'm feeling good about it. And I called Luke out and said, "Listen, that's the day." So it's a long story, but I think it's sometimes, what we do is a beautiful painting of life outside. What happens in the ring is sometimes a beautiful painting of what happens in life in the real world. Yeah. And that's why I took the time to explain that story and my relationship with Eddie. So that's where we're at. I've got the match with Luke, and he's kind of in my ear a little bit about some of the training going into this world title match. Especially, I've faced Luke in a multi-man. I tapped him out. I've never faced Luke one-on-one ever. Anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. Me and Luke have never gone one-on-one before. So he's had that experience as well. World title match, main event with Luke. So he's also been giving me a bit of input on that as well.
I need to be there for that match.
Crazy.
I need to be there for that match.
It's a big match.
And this
is a long
that
story,
point, you're even just talking about, like, you using, like, what you just explained now is like stuff that happens outside wrestling and whatnot. I think that's the stories that I kind of like, where it's like it has that sort of realism there. And I always go back to the whole, obviously this time ago, but that Chris Jericho and Christian story, where it's like they're fighting over that one girl, but the one girl they're fighting over is playing both of the guys, and eventually she goes with the guy that's like you're least expecting. That's stuff that happens all the time in real life. It's like I love that whole sort of storylines of tapping into like the real world and bringing them back. Like, for example, like the master and student thing that you got going on with Eddie Dennis and stuff that happens all the time. It can happen in football. It can happen even in school. Someone's taught you to a point where, like, you get to a point when it's like, I'm above this now. So
he could have easily at any point be like, I'm done with this kid.
Yeah.
He's a bad student. Yeah. He's a bad kid. But he didn't give up on me. And I think, Eddie is also a teacher outside of the ring.
Oh, so he's a teacher?
And he told me in the past, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, about how he really made a point of, like, there'd be kids that would be deemed as bad kids. He said, no, they're not. Just give them a chance. And he would connect them. And he's done that with me as a human in wrestling too. And hey, look, it all started with me being like, I need the title. And it ends with, I've got the title. Yeah. And he helped me. He didn't stop me. He actually helped me. I mean, it's a beautiful story.
That's a good teacher.
Full circle, man.
Obviously, before we head off, I wanted to just touch on a few things quickly. In terms of, like, outside of like the whole AEW, WWE stuff. Quick one. I know we spoke about the Netflix stuff. Have you guys been enjoying the Netflix stuff? Like, you know,
Yeah.
seeing and stuff.
I've been enjoying it. It's very convenient now to watch wrestling because Netflix is in every household, so I'm always tuned in now.
Yeah. Well, wait,
Accessible, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the one thing I'm waiting for is HBO Max to come over to the UK as well, because that's got AEW. So once we get that as well, then you know.
You don't watch on the ITV thing? It's like
No, I can't. The problem is like with the way news moves, like I can't wait for that Friday night
okay.
and watch it.
Means
Yeah, I've already seen it. People already talking about in the group chat.
Gotcha.
They also be sent me something. Someone's already sent me something. I'm like, I've already seen it. So the point, like, I have to watch it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll normally watch it then. But yeah, it's looking sick. Like I'm enjoying it so far.
Be interesting to see if TNA gets something in the UK, right? Like I don't know how
Yeah,
the streaming situation in the UK.
yeah.
But like they've got a new deal in the States. Pretty sure. So I mean, with that partnership too, it'd be
I'll be
see
sick.
what happens.
I'll be sick.
Did you was like, before let's actually touch on Eddie. Did you have another thing you wanted to
Yeah.
I can't remember.
You can't.
I can't remember.
I got one.
Actually, no, I do. Actually, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think it's
Don't
in
forget
it.
it.
I
No,
think
no,
yeah. Hold
Story,
on
story,
to
it's my
that
Rolodex.
thought. Hold on to that thought. Keep on the memory card. I think it's
Delete save.
Yeah. I think it's an injustice that you had to get a title shot by being undefeated for the entire year, bro. And some people were getting battered throughout the year and were getting title shots.
I know,
bro.
right?
I think that's an injustice, bro. You know, in certain companies, when you're working, you're doing all the work, and someone new has just come in and they've been promoted.
They get the biggest meat at lunch.
They get the
biggest piece of chicken at lunch.
Bro.
No, am I lying? They get all that sauce.
How does that make you feel, bro?
Listen, sometimes it has. Again, I've grown as a person. It has in the past been like, God, but that, but that's also like other people's lives and journeys is not me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like you have to understand that. Like what happens outside with anyone else, they may be terrible people that have amazing things happen to them, but you have to understand the greater plan. And I also think of my press. I will be the greatest professional wrestler to ever walk planet Earth. That will be known and understood by the time I'm gone from this planet. I don't know when I'll go, but I know when I do go, that will be undeniable. Just like they say Ali was the greatest. Say it about me. Now, being the greatest to ever walk planet Earth, that doesn't mean, oh, boom, there it is. No, that's something different. That's a different path. That's a different thing. In fact, sometimes I go, I shouldn't have asked for that. Just to be the greatest, the genuine greatest of all time, to ever walk planet Earth, that's forged in the fire. That's coal pressed into a diamond. It takes the overlooking. It takes the hardest work for the longest time. It takes undeniability. If I had been handed the keys to the kingdom in year 1, year 2, you'd be looking at a different man. When it's said and done, when I'm gone, you'll be able to look at me as a man and as a professional from every angle and say, he was the greatest. So I thank you for overlooking me. I thank the hard journey. If anything, keep bringing me more challenges because I'm undefeatable. I am undefeatable at life because of energy and faith I have. Watch what I do and let it be a guide rope to any young people out there who want to achieve anything in their life. Let that, my actions and my life and my journey be a guide rope for you on your path in your journey.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it.
Look at Ali's life. Muhammad Ali, it's easy to go, I was the greatest. And that was... Look at his life, man. That was not easy. That was not easy. But he earned it.
Yeah.
For real.
Loaded.
Real people champions.
No, I'm joking. Now, just before we wrap up, I wanted to ask, like, when we had our last episode, or like our last official episode last year, we spoke about like our wish list for 2025. I want to know, what's your wish list for BritWrest this year?
Yes.
Like, what are some things
get
by the
to
end
that,
of 2025 you want to say, like, you know, this is what I want out of British
I
wrestling?
don't know if it's if it's too big or if it's within the year, but wish list for British wrestling. I want British wrestling to have its own television show, and I mean a proper television show.
And I've been saying this.
We need contracts and television in the UK.
How do you think it happens? So
I think it's on its way, man. There's little bits and pieces. I think Fight Nation have announced.
Fight Nation, yes.
They're doing something with Extreme Sports.
Yeah.
Burning Heart. I've got a small little TV deal. I'm not sure if it's in the UK. It might just be in Poland or something like this. WWE going to Netflix affects the entire industry. The best wrestlers are in the United Kingdom. The European scene at the moment is incredible. The fans and the shows and the wrestlers coming up in France, Germany,
production as well.
Italy,
Yes, the production
is incredible. It's coming. It's coming. That's definitely on my wish list. I think the wrestlers and the industry deserve and need, and I think it will over provide if we have television contract show in Europe.
Yeah.
It's in Japan, it's in Mexico, it's in America, but
That's crazy.
the biggest fan base and the best wrestlers in the world are here, and it's not.
That's
That
crazy.
needs to change immediately.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So all around,
Yeah.
just us.
Yeah. And you know why? Because the Yanks come and robbed it off us, all right? Listen, they're wonderful people, they're great wrestlers, but they came and they took, and that's fine. They've got a great thing. I want to go over and play on television with them too. Have done, will continue to. But we need it. The whole industry needs European wrestling television.
Do you feel like obviously the UK public still look at wrestling as obviously we've got like darts has become darts is always big, but darts has now become that thing now. Football's always been a staple, rugby's been a staple, but do you reckon the British public or the government look at wrestling and be like, oh, is it real? Is that still fake? Do you feel like they've still got that there? Like, and that's probably the reason why we haven't got this TV deal or something for the UK?
I don't know. Well, I mean, look, we've been selling out all these shows in the UK for years, especially in recent history. 2 different companies coming in and selling out stadiums. So I disagree. I don't know. But like, there is something to maybe the culture of television in the UK. Someone spoke about that, and I think that's very valid. Where does it fit? There is no live sports entertainment type deal that exists on television. Maybe it's a streaming thing or something. I don't know, but I know that it needs to happen. I know that the market's there for it. I know that the talent's there for it. So I think it's on its way.
Yeah, for sure. Like, you know, I see if the one thing I see, like, if the UK were to get like a television deal or something like that, I can easily see it being on ITV or ITVX. I saw something recently, but it's not even in the UK. It's in Germany, where they get celebrities and they teach the celebrities have wrestling matches, and the celebrities are cold. They're doing brain busters and everything. And like I'm watching, I'm like,
Was that the thing that Claudio was on?
Yes, and he hosted it. Yeah. Claudio's the guy that does the commentary for WWE Germany. He's the main guy that's hosting the show. I'm like, bro, that's sick in Germany. Why don't we get something?
There actually used to be a show like that in the UK years ago. They had D'Lo Brown as one of the captains of the team, but it wasn't necessarily wrestling. It was like they were coaching the people wrestling, and it was meant to be the premise of wrestling, but it was literally just gladiators. But Roddy Piper used to be the host of it. I can't remember what it's called. Yeah.
On ITV or BBC?
I can't remember. It was I can't remember what channel it was on, but it was.
You just need to keep TV guys out.
Yeah,
because they tried it with the World of Sport thing.
Yeah, that was too much overproduced.
You need wrestling's a very unique and beautiful thing, and you need wrestling heads to do wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling, same. Yeah. Always happens, but we'll get it. We will get it. I'm sure.
Under.
Which company do you think will get the TV deal?
Oh, like if I was to pick a UK independent company?
Yeah. Who would?
I think it needs to be something new.
Okay.
Yeah, it needs to be a whole new thing. Yeah. It needs to yeah.
When you mean something new, you mean like an entire new company?
Yeah, I think so.
Or a company that's above all of the indie companies and it's like connected everyone together.
That'd be nice.
That's never.
I think like the original actual World of Sport wasn't even like World of Sport. I think they would take such and such promotion, and it would be like a like
A
a little,
stew, a soup of everyone.
here's what happened around the country, and here's
hungry.
whatever. you
No,
know
but
what
it's
I'm
true.
saying?
It's a soup, isn't it?
hungry.
Everyone's in it. Like,
So
it's
you
a
could
soup.
have a
Yeah.
progress match, a Rev Pro match, a Right Cabaret match, whatever,
Mm.
and then a BZW, and then like have that on this sort of television show. I don't know if that would work today. I think storylines are beautiful, and I think that's what drives everything.
Yeah.
But like, I just think independent wrestling and television wrestling are two entirely different entities.
Mm.
If you were to look at what's the most television-esque, it'd be Progress. But I still think, it's an independent wrestling company. So, and I don't know. My gut says it would be a whole new thing. You know what I'm saying? But I'd be happy any way it falls.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you again. What you going to say?
I was going to say thank you for having me.
Bro, it's been a pleasure, man. Always, man.
Appreciate you always,
Always,
man.
bro. Always,
Appreciate
bro.
you
It's always nice.
man.
to-
Champ is here.
We definitely got to like do some more stuff this year, man. Like obviously, like we shot content. Like we shot promo last year, was pretty sick. Obviously, you and I had your little thing there, but we definitely got to do more stuff like that. Bring you on and do some more. Cool
Never
stuff,
happen
man.
again, man.
Yeah, we bless it, man. We bless it. Like, he was on business that day.
No, I hear it.
He even told me he told me to move the camera.
No, but the thing is, I understand.
Yeah,
What did I say?
he's like, move the camera, man.
I understand what's happening.
Yeah, bro. So like,
Big
you
up
know,
Tate, man. Every
yeah,
single time.
yeah. Sick episode, man.
Champ stuff, man. It's important stuff.
Yeah.
Getting ahead.
And we got to be there for the Thunder Bastard.
So important dates coming up. February 23rd. I'm gonna win the Progress Wrestling World Title with that key. Thank you very much.
Sorry, spoilers. You spoiled it already.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
It'll be the celebration of a century. In February as well. I'll be defending my Right Cabaret.
We need to
Tag
come
Team
to Right
Champion.
Cabaret show this year.
You gotta come.
I need to come
It's
to there.
high, it's
I need to come to
fantastic.
there.
And you can meet beautiful, classy Karen as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Do you know?
and my boy James Ellis.
I've met her.
James Ellis is really
I
good.
think I've met Session Martino.
She's
I mean,
called Classy Karen.
Classy
right?
Karen.
Yeah, come on.
I've met you before. I think so. We met at Philly.
Good girl.
Yeah,
But we'll be defending the titles, having fun afterwards. TNT World Heavyweight title, the most legitimate World Heavyweight Championship. I'll be defending that on the 25th of January against Jay Joshua, great wrestler. Gonna have a big year, I'm sure. It ain't gonna be as good as mine, and he ain't gonna have that title. And just exciting things on the way. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a beautiful year. I'll have another title here with me next time.
Yeah.
I've got new merchandise coming out. TateMayfairs.com.
What about the cologne? What about the cologne? Bring the cologne back, man.
Cologne back?
Yeah, bring it back, man.
I think I'm gonna do a new scent for the
You
people.
should make it like a
who-
capsule collection. Like if you miss it, you miss it.
That's,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And there's gonna be a new trading card of the rest. There's new merch.
Trading
coming
card,
out.
sick.
Yeah, I've already got one, but there's gonna be a new card coming out too.
Have you looked at the
Gonna do
wrestling
one every
figures?
single
There's
year.
a guy that we train with, Albie. He loves you.
Oh yeah,
He loves you. I think you're his favorite wrestler.
Yeah, he said
He's got all your match.
He said,
Like,
asked him, who's your
yeah.
favorite wrestler? He goes, Tate Mayfairs.
Of course,
Oh, sick.
good choice, good man.
You should look at making
Part of
figures
the
as well.
Mayfairs Mafia. There's a thing, Patreon.
Mayfairs
.com
Mafia.
/Tate Mayfairs for the Mayfairs Mafia. Get your discounts, get your exclusive photos, vlogs, videos, podcasts, the rest.
Love
Be able
that.
to DM with the
You should,
Mayfairs.
you should get some wrestling figures soon, man.
I've got the little stand
Oh,
up
son,
figures.
shit.
Yeah.
Sick. Oh, I think I've seen that. Yeah.
TateMayfairs.com for you.
Just get a
Love that
3D scan of yourself and then get it actually.
I can do.
3D
The thing
print.
is, it ends up having a
Manufacturing and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I end up
getting
having,
more
like-
bulk.
yeah, and so I don't want to do that. I'm gonna get someone else to
Make that.
to do all that deal
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody's actually like looked into like licensing like UK talent for like wrestling games and like action figures.
Think
and
we'll do
stuff
that
like
soon.
that. With wrestling code.
No, not wrestling
Oh.
code. What's the thingy? Mark Cardona and other guy was there.
Oh, yeah, I know you.
They normally approach wrestlers, the stuff in podcast, the major figure podcast. They normally approach wrestlers and make figures for them.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
maybe they might come to UK because I know Matt Cardona loves UK. I'm guessing, but he likes to come to UK. Maybe he might do some like a special.
Be cool if you did. Be very cool if you
Take
did.
I need to get Tate Mayfair figure.
Yeah.
So you guys get your figures up, man. I told you, man. Get your figures. I'm not talking about the figures. I'm talking about figures.
The figures on this podcast are gonna be good. I'm looking
Amen.
forward to watching it back.
Amen. Amen.
So,
Amen. Amen.
Yeah, thanks
But
for
yeah,
having me,
it's a
boys.
pleasure having you on. I've been a Nafi.
Laps.
Doughboy,
The greatest professional wrestler.
There's only one way to
ever
sign it.
have. Tate.
wrestling
Mayfairs.
podcast, coolest wrestling podcast in the world. By the Mandem for the
Mandem.
Wow.
Hey guys, make sure you like, comment on the video. We appreciate your love and support as always.